For your authority, it's the emotional. It's the emotional response. The most important thing is not to make decisions right away, is to wait. The authority is called waiting for clarity. And that clarity arises when you've gone through this emotional wave probably multiple times, depending on how important the conversation is. If it's like, hey, do you want to go to this event, is probably less critical than, hey, would you like to spend the rest of my life with me? My teacher, who is a projector, she talked about it being years of being in the decision making before saying yes to her partner, because she would be like, oh yeah, I'm really into it, oh no I'm not, oh yeah, I'm really into it, no I'm really not. And eventually the waves for that particular question, should I, shouldn't I, get smaller and smaller. And when it becomes less acute, then that's the clarity. So waiting for clarity is okay, I don't feel so emotionally tugged up or tugged down. And that's the point to wait, make a decision. That's at least overnight, but it could be days, weeks, months, years. There's pros and cons. I'll say what the pro is, because the cons, you can't make decisions right away. The benefit is being able to really see everything from different directions. It's like taking something, I don't know, take my mouse, okay? And the emotional wave is looking at it from the high and the low. And by looking at the decision from the high point and the middle point and the low point, you're really getting a much better understanding of what is the correct answer than for someone like me, who's a boom, and go for it. Because of this emotional wave, the emotional wave confuses things. It's this huge energetic force that needs to be accounted for. That's really what it's about. It's accounting for this emotional wave that's making it so that it's really challenging to make a decision in the present moment. And if you think you know what the answer is in the present moment, then it really feels like when you're on the up wave, well, I'm going to be in the up wave all the time. And on the down wave, well, I'm going to be in this down wave all the time. Like, oh, now I finally reached nirvana. Life is going to be amazing for the rest of my life. And then, like, fuck, dude, everything is crap. It's going to be, why are you being on this planet? It keeps going, just like, yeah, which is bizarre and awesome and fascinating. And one of the reasons I love this, and one of the things that just this is such a gift for people to realize that you're not crazy, that you're not manic depressive, that you're not all of these labels of what society says, here's what you should be. And who is this? No one. No one is exactly average. But how it works is the scientific studies go and they validate this stuff, but they validate stuff based on average people across the board, which are going to be projectors, manifestors, blah, 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 blah. Your genius is that your emotions, you're able to see things from all of these different perspectives. And so, from seeing it from all these different perspectives, you're able to understand better than non emotional people what the right decision is for you. And so, for like a job offer, that's like, hey, come back to me in a week. And this can be really challenging for projectors who are typically waiting for an invitation. Okay, waiting, 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 waiting. And then, oh, I want you to do this. And I've been waiting for a long time. And then the natural inclination is to say, oh, yes, because you don't want to lose that. For someone with emotional authority, there is no truth in the present moment. That is one of the phrases, which is just like for a projector, not made for work. There's no truth in the present moment. And that is specifically about that emotion, because however you're feeling right now, that will pass and you'll be looking at a different perspective. And maybe that will be quite negative, and that's going to pass. And then after all these passes, now I feel ready to make the decision. And ready to make the decision is no more than like 60% sure, probably. You may never be 100% sure this is the answer. And that's totally normal too. This is all an experiment. Everything that we discuss is try this and see how it works, especially for something like the emotional authority for waiting for decisions. Try it, notice it. Notice when the mind says, oh, I want to make a decision right now. I'm feeling excited about, oh, fuck this shit. I don't want to make this decision, whatever. Just following the process, which is waiting for clarity, which means at least waiting for the next day. And then it might be beneficial to do some journaling, to look back and say, here's how things are going.